Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Tuesday, second day of the week. Thank goodness it's Tuesday, as far as I'm concerned. And let's see what's going on in the market today. We start off looking at the dollar, and you can see there the dollar is, moving down a little bit. We're half a point down from where we've been the last few days. There's that high of 105.41. And now we are trading in the 104.54. So again, that constant attempt by the market to look forward, where we will be, say, 3 or 6 months from now is going on, and that's what's been putting pressure on the different pairs trades against the dollar. And as you can see, our work today, it's trying to get into the sell there. Over on J4X, same situation, trying to get into the sell there. Actually, a second day now. You can see a second red right there. And let's see. Let's go over to the older platform that we used, and let's see what that looks like at the same time. And let's see. Let's go to, all right. There we go. There we are. And let's look at the DX on that as I load it or go to that chart page, and I'll transfer it over. There's the December dollar index, and let's see right there. You see it's trying to break down also like yesterday, same situation. Let's see, I guess that would be yesterday, that is today. So yesterday, the fast was trading at 63. What was that? Fast was at 60.89, and the slow was at 60.176. So it was just still in the buy on the stochastics, and we started to get that red hinky. And today we're getting both. You see, fast is at 33.2, and the slow is at 53. So you're looking at something like a 40% difference right there alone, compared to be like a less than a 1% plus yesterday. That pressure is adding on. Let's check the chat line. There's Robin. Hey, Robin. Good morning to you. And so that's the action we're getting at the moment here. We're seeing that constant drumbeat of where we will be, 3 to 6 months down the road compared to now. Now, 3+ months from now, we're talking about October and November and December. And 3.5 months from now, we are in January. And I believe the first presidential primaries, the elections, start then. So the markets are going to be staring at that like they look at CPI and PPI and, labor numbers, Bureau of Labor Statistic numbers, employment and so forth. They're going to start looking at the way that action goes. And that's where we are. We've been talking about this since the summer. That the August and basically August when the Congress went into, or I guess it would be July when they went into vacation for a month and a half and didn't open up again until September 12th, which is only 7 days ago. Basically their minds are going to be on elections very soon. Their elections are coming up, and they're not going to be skirting around them. So that is the pressure we're going to be seeing, and at the same time, interest rates, so forth. Everybody's looking at the interest rates and seeing what the Fed is doing. There's Robin again saying GM, good GM to you too. What else can we say about all that? I guess that's the action we see in the dollar index. As I take a sip of my tea, and let's go back to the dollar index, and we'll go like that, and then what we'll do is we will slide up and look at the weekly, and you can see that weekly is very strong. Same situation over here. The weekly is very strong, and then we go back over to J4X, and let's take a look at the weekly there. And the weekly is it rolling over a little bit? Let's see. I'm hoping a hinky would turn red. No hinkies red. We've got the fast trading at 82.5, and we do have it. It's starting to roll over. So it's 82.5 on the fast stochastic and 90.2, basically 90.1. So it's about a tenth. Is it about a tenth? It's almost a tenth of a percent. Nine tenths of a percent. Something. No, I'm sorry, 9%. It's about 10% into the cell now when it comes to the stochastics, but the Hinky hasn't changed color yet. It's got to change the color, so we'll keep an eye on that. So as you see on all three platforms, let's go back to that mouse again. All three platforms there, and there. The weekly is still strong. Now fast, what are we seeing there? Is that fast starting to break down? It looks like it. Look at the fast and the slow. Look at both of them have curved heavily, making a quick turn. Here it is Tuesday, and they're making some type of dash towards the lower end. We'll see how the big one starts to move back down over the next couple of days. All right, so we're seeing that same action as we see over here on J4X with the stochastic curving and heading down. All right, from there we slide over to the euro and let's see what's up with the euro this morning. And there it is right there. There's the euro. And this is the weekly. It's been sliding down, 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 and down. And we can show you that on both platforms also. Right there and right there. And so you can see there the weekly is sliding down just like it is doing over here on J4X. Oh no, you didn't see that. Let's just do that. Right there, you can see that sliding down, same way, both feeling that pressure for weeks upon weeks. And then we go over to the new platform and we'll put, let's see if we can find it. As we slide, slippity slide right there. And there's our weekly. And you can see the same situation, sliding down below the zero line. The pressure's on. What's interesting is you see there's tails on this. I like that. That's interesting. This is a whole new genre of ours. We're writing our own code. So it's, we're learning. We need to get a better data feed for the daily. And so you can see that slide down on a daily basis the same way as we see it right here. There, and that slow, steady slide down, just like here. And then over in the older platform, same situation, steady slide down. Actually, it's go into a buy there today like it is here. You can see that. It's trying to lift. It's trying to lift there. And as much as we don't care to trust this because it's not getting enough data, obviously it's trying to tell us today that it wants to go up also. But it's not giving us days back of data at the moment. And that's the problem. So we have to collect up. What happens is that this particular feed, for some reason, doesn't always have up-to-date data on a daily basis, just on a weekly basis. All right. So from there, we're going to go to cable, and there's cable, and cable does, which is interesting. And cable is reaching up like, we'll emphasize it like so, like that. You see the cable is trying to lift up, get into the plus. It's not there yesterday. Let's look at the cable over here on J4X. Right there. You see it's trying to get that turn going also. And you can see the fast stochastics trading at 11.4. And the slow is at 11.8. It's just on the edge of turning up on both one indicator right here, and that is the slow versus the fast. And on this over here, we are starting to turn, and we got some green dots. And then when we jump over to the old platform, like so, right there, it's failing at it, just like the way. So here's an example of our new platform picking up the feed, picking up the read, and picking up the pressure. It's spotting it, and it's showing it here on the daily. And we have a second day of a green dot too at the same time. And so this is why we're kind of happy that we're getting our coding. This is a beta. Let me just show you. So it's kind of like a warning. This is our beta. When I finally get back to that spot again, where is that at? Right here. There it is. See, this is currently under beta testing. That's what we're doing with this platform. So, just to give you a heads up, but we find a lot of positive. I find more positives with our new platform than negatives, but it's not as fancy. It's not pretty like the other one. But we'll get there. As time goes on, we will, since we are writing our own code for this whole thing. And so this will open a doorway for traders and so forth and investors to be able to, go to this website and, be able to see our interact. How did we phrase it? Let me go back to it again. This is easier than me inventing the words. Oh, we got to fix that too, right, Robin? Yeah. An interactive charting quant trading system, quantitative analysis for stocks, ETFs, futures, and Forex. And we're going to get there. And if anybody wants to be a beta tester, just contact us. We'll let you be a beta tester for free. So, all right. So there is the cable. And it's starting to pick up that momentum right here. Just to show you again. And what I'm really doing is I'm observing and being a beta tester myself, trying to understand it. You can see the 3 days in a cell, so forth. And that weekly has just been gliding down. All right. All right, from there, we dance our way over to the Swiss. Let's check it out. There it is on J4X. The dollar Swiss right there. You can see the daily's been roaring up, roaring like a lion. It's been in a buy on daily for a long while now. Weeks upon weeks. And then over here, we'll put it up on this screen here. Let's put it there, right there. And this way you can see the same thing on our older platform right there. It's been in the daily buy for a couple of weeks also. And lots of green. And you can see here, it's held up. Everything is fine. And then we go over and look at the new platform, which again is having an issue on this particular product. And let's go find it. Right there. And then you can see here, I think that's the 0 line. So it's still in the, no, wait a minute. That's a good question. Which one? I think the green line is the 0 line. So it's not reflecting it very well whatsoever. It's actually trying to show us a negative. Yeah. So the green line's a 0 line, and notice it's putting a red dot in there. Now on the weekly, you can see it's been climbing just like everything else. Can't wait to get our new data feed for this, for the Forex itself. What else can we say about any of that? Let's see. I guess that's about it when it comes to that. Now, are we really rolling over? Let's go take a look and see here. Are we really rolling over? Well, you can see it is trying to roll over here. And you can see we still have a green dot here, and we're just down a little bit, nothing major. So I guess the new platform is picking something up that we're not seeing on the others. Now, I think the way it works is it has a tail. So it was plus. Sometimes the whole bar can be plus and minus at the same time, which is I find very fascinating. And so I think that's a really good thing. You can see the line is burying itself. So I guess if we see tomorrow that the Swiss, or by the end of the day, that the Swiss is gaining against the dollar, we'll be able to say, well, look at that. The new platform picked up that noise coming. So that's hence why they call it a beta test. All right, as I took a sip of my tea. Now let's go over to the yen. I understand the stock market took a hit over there, but the currency did not. Still holding up on that strange, range there. You can see the daily's been going on for like 3+ weeks now, just like the way the Swiss has. You can see the weekly's been in a buy, since the 142-ish area here. And then let's put it up over here. Yen, 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 dollar yen, right there. You see it's perking its head up on the daily with no problem. You see the daily fast is at 84.2, almost 84.3, and the slow is at 83.6. So still in the buy, still pushing up. Then let's take a look at the weekly. There's the weekly. It's been climbing and climbing and climbing, and that's at 93.9, and the fast is at 96.9. So still holding up there also at the same time. And you can see it right there. And then let's go over again and look at it through the eyes of our new platform. And there it is, right. Is that it right there? That's looks like it's right there. Let's just double check. There it is right there. Okay. There we are. Yeah, see it's climbing up in the daily, same there. Now the weekly, same thing. Still climbing up, and the fast is even moving above on the weekly, whereas the slow is drifting a little bit. So again, that pressure is still on it. We kind of got in the back of our heads we're going to see something, unfortunately, maybe up near 149 or 150, and then I imagine they'll calm down. Because you got to figure that over the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to start seeing the end of the interest rate increases. We're going to start seeing the anticipation of a good economy again, with Mr. Trump leading in the polls everywhere and leading in his own party at the same time, and beating Mr. Biden by 11 or 12% already. So it does tell us that there's a lot of positive numbers, statistics, and potential, like in physics, potential energy coming down the road. That was good. Nothing better than some tea in the morning after talking. All right. So from there, we drift over to, where do we go? We go to the Turkish lira. And that's the weekly there. So let's put the Turkish lira up there. And this is the Euro Turkish lira pairs trade. Right there. You see the weekly has been showing some good strength the last 24 hours. We're getting some green there. We saw this yesterday. The fast is at 60, almost 61. It's 60.8, almost 60.9. And the slow is at 57.43. So we're seeing an attempt to make a move on the upside. Over here, we're going to look for the Euro Turkish lira. Let's see, where's it at? Euro Turkish lira. Euro Turkish lira. Right there. And you see the weekly's doing the same thing there. They're putting the strength into it. You can see the daily right there. Trying to do the same thing. Let's amplify this action. As you can see there, it's a second day in a buy there. What was Friday? Friday was a buy too. That's interesting. No, wait a minute. There's Friday. And there is Monday, but we're not seeing Tuesday yet. Okay, so for some reason this is not adding the Tuesday yet. And so we see that pressure on the upside, and I think the dates are wrong. He straightened that out yesterday. It said 17. So I think that, I'm not sure why. I want to say this. You can see that it's in a buy there on Friday. So the daily, let's put it up on J4X. There we are. See the same thing over there on J4X. Two greens. And the daily is at 60.2. And the slow is at 47. So you're talking about a 20 some odd percent, 18% move on the upside going on right now on the fast. Yeah. There we go. And so that's where we're at the moment. And you can see the weekly, which had been in a weekly sell, like over on J4X and so forth. And let's put it up on the old Chicago Quant platform. Right there. You see it went into the weekly buy last week. Oh, no, it went into the buy last week in the new platform right there. Let's just double check I do have the right product. Right there, let's just do that again. Yeah. And that's green. It'll show yellow when it's minus. See right there. and this is green, and this is green. So it's been in a weekly buy now, going on a second week. And let's just double check the weekly over here again on, I think we started off with the weekly on there maybe. Yeah, so we got it going. It's starting to perk, and both stochastics are moving in the bullish direction. So this is all good. So that's the, oh wow, I just looked at that on the old platform. Let's take a look at that spike in it. And we're not seeing that spike here. We're not seeing that spike here. But we're seeing that spike today here. Look at that. That's making, we talked about it getting back up into the 30s, and I don't know, Dukascop. Let's see what Dukascop. Let's turn off the hinky for a moment. And I'm not seeing the spike there on the weekly. That's daily. I'm sorry. See, it's only up to barely touching 29, whereas over here it's touching 30 and change. I don't know what's going on there. It's a currency world. Anything's possible. They always, there's the prices themselves are normally okay, but what happens is that sometimes highs and lows and stuff like that can be kind of trickier, because you have a lot of different banks still giving a lot of different feeds. And so somebody had to fill an order somewhere up there. Who knows? It might have been the Turkish bank itself. And then you go, how come I didn't get filled? And that's because it's not a listed market. And because it's not a listed market, they can't guarantee that you're going to get filled on an execution like that. Same thing with bonds. Non-listed markets are the wild, wild west. It's usually the way it is. All right. From there, we smooth our way over to, we go look at the brick. The number one brick in the world is dollar ZAR. Right there. South African Rand. And we were talking about this yesterday, about it would start to turn red again. You got the fast at 57.3. We've got the slow at 52. So, we've got a red here, but we've got a buying going on still in the two stochastics. And then let's put it up over here. And you can see there doing the same thing. The dollar is weakening against the South African Rand. It's flirting with a daily sell. Let's grab one of these buys. Just move it over. It went into the buy a couple days ago there. And now we are generating a potential sell at the moment right there, like that. You can see the weekly has dipped underneath the zero line, so it's at minus 0.01. And let's take a look at it over on J4X. There it is right there. You see it's at 65.7, and the fast is at 68.9, or almost 8. Let's say 8.7, 8888. So it's gone into the sell here. We're just waiting for a red hinky to push it into it there. And then we'll go and check out the, which one is this? This is the South African Rand, the number one brick in the world. Let's go see what the brick is doing over there. Okay, so ruble. We could look at the ruble today too. If we see if we have any data coming in on it. There's the ZAR right there. So the daily, this has been really tangly, and now it's trying to push into the sell here. And doing the same thing. We got the red going on here. We've got that there. And the weekly hasn't broken down like it has on the old platform. Same thing with J4X. Still hasn't broken down yet. Oh yes, it has. What am I saying? It has, yes. So the stochastic has broken down on J4X, giving us a good clear lead, matching up with this. And the daily is pressing down. And what we see over here, we're seeing more strength in there still, which is interesting. And you can see at the same time, it's trying to get into the sell there, and it's sloppy. You can see it's not filled in on data. So looking forward to our new data feed on that. Hey Bright, how you doing? What are we trading on? What are we trading on? You mean in what way? You have to make that clear. You mean what platforms are we using to analyze trading? Is that what you're saying? And in this case here, it's the number one brick in the world. We're looking at the South African rand. And while we're there waiting for your response, let's see what was like. Oh, I was going to go look at gold. Let's take a look at gold this morning too. When we go to the South African rand, we look at all the metals and see how they're doing. And let's see if we can find it right there. Let's see. The left, just to inform you, the left screen right here is the Dukascopy trading platform. And we call this the Doc Manhattan indicator. And then what we have here is our new platform, which is let me just put the sign up to warn you, is a beta test. This is currently under beta test, and we're experimenting with it and enjoying it. It's doing a fine job. And then what we do is we go over to our old platform right there. And you can see that the old platform is just on the edge. It was minus a second ago. The weekly, it's flat again. The daily is making a turn down like the way it is on J4X over here. And so that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the J4X platform here with our indicators that we follow that are what we find to be the most accurate public indicators out there. We have our proprietary indicators here of our gas lines that match up about 68% of the time to this one right here, the Manhattan indicator that we call it. And then we go to our new platform, and we're still having problems with data feed when it comes to the with the currencies. But let's show you what the gold looks like. Let's see, GCZ, there it is. And there's gold. And you can see there, second day in a daily buy. Actually, it's not reflecting today's trade yet, I guess. I'm not sure what's going on there with that. Again, why it's a beta test on Friday. Yesterday it did. You can see here the weekly is jumping up. Now I think it's been in a weekly buy on the other platform for a couple of days. Let's go take a look at that. Where's that at? Let's go check it out right there. And we'll go over to right there and put gold up on there. I think it's 2 days in a buy, if not 3 at this point. Right there. Yeah, this is a third day in a daily buy. It went into the daily buy on Friday. And you can see it went into a weekly buy on Friday. And over here on J4X, let's see what that's done on the gold. And there is spot gold. We're looking at December gold. So you can see it's trying to get into the buy today. You can see our fast algorithm in blue at 59.7. And our slow is at 54.2. So it's getting bullish right with the Hinky-Ashki. And so we watch this combination every day. We find it to be one of the most accurate. If you can find one that's more accurate, we'll follow that. You know, what we do is we use a fast stochastic here versus a slow stochastic here. And then we use Hinky-Ashki bars to confirm the trend. And they kind of match up with our dots and somewhat with our gas line proprietary indicators. And as time goes on, and when you watch our webinars here, you'll see the accuracy. And we don't hide. You know, we live and die by a live trading screen every day. You know, being bullish or bearish. So, and we've been doing that for about 11 years. So, pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. You know, that we're that transparent in the sense of, you know, we don't just say, oh, you got to be long because of X, Y, and Z. We show you the history of it. We even have a spreadsheet that can that we record history on it for decades and decades and decades since 1984. We've been using the spreadsheet, or 86, something like that. And so we've been for decades confirming our track record constantly, day in and day out. All right, from the gold, we're going to slide over to the silver. Since when we look at the South African rand, And since it's trying to gain against the dollar today, we would expect to see more strength. You see a couple of days in the buy here on the silver. You can see the same thing right here on the weekly. Jumped into the weekly buy this morning. It showed that the Friday was a weekly buy. They changed the data at the exchange, and a la voila. That's where we are. And so then we go over to here. Let's check it out again. And we'll find silver, which is right. I'm not sure which silver that is, but we'll see how it pops up on the screen. I guess that should be silver. Yeah, that's silver. You see the daily's been in a buy on this for 4 days now. And at the same time, you can see it was in a weekly buy last week, and it's flirting back and forth because there is the zero line, and we're a little above it and a little below it at the moment. So we're learning how our zero line works on this a little bit more in the sense of intra-week. But that's the weekly, and it's showing at the moment some little pressure on it. And we're not really seeing that over on this. We're only seeing strength. And then, that's a weekly indicator. So, and you can see it over here on, let's put silver up on J4X. And it's a weekly indicator, so it can flip-flop around a little bit. And watching the daily is more important. You can see right here, we're still in a sell for last was that the weekly? Yeah, it's a weekly. For the last 3 weeks, we're still in the sell. The fast is trading at 30.3, and the slow is trading at 41.9. So it's definitely still in that weekly sell. Whereas over here, we've already jumped into this is our old platform. It's jumped into the weekly buy last week, and the daily jumped into the buy on Friday, and over here, the daily jumped into a buy back on, what is that? Let me stand up and look at that closer. That is the 12th. So it's been, the silver's been showing a lot of buying going on. It's pressing harder and harder and harder. And that's what we follow when we go from the number one brick, which is also a metal country that gold and silver are produced out of. So, and it may be their number one export. I'm not even sure. So, South Africa has definitely drifted down since the migrants got full power of the country. That's what apartheid was all about. Migrants got only like 1/3 of a vote. That's why the Zulu Nation had a full vote, because they were indigenous. So, another one of those migrant situations. But people called it racist. So, anyhow, from there, what do we have from there? So, South African Rand, we're looking at metals. So, let's go take a look at copper. That's HE. That's HZ. What is? I think we're looking for HG. Let's find HG. Most people don't understand apartheid. They thought it was some type of racist thing more than an immigration thing. There it is right there. There's the copper. You can see it's still in a weekly sell on our work on our new platform for 3 weeks now. You can see the daily, same situ. Oh, no, that's the daily. Look at that. Did it close in? I guess it's trying to get into the buy. It was minus. So, and you can see here it's trying to get into the buy today. Let's check it out over here. There's HG. That's the October contract. Now that closed. Here, let's show you. That closed in a weekly buy last week. Right there. And this is the December contract. And I'm not sure what. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the December contract and see what's going on, because I'm curious. There we are. Let me add silver December. Add, and let's do this. Like so. And then let's see if I can figure out which one it is. I think the gold showed us that too. Gold, we can use the same symbols from gold. Let's see. Where's the GC? There's a GC we're using for gold. Bum, 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 bum. Oh no, what I want to do is I want to do December. I guess I want to do December gold. That copper. That's what it is. December copper. So HG Z23. Gotta find. There it is. CMX. Okay, so let's try that. HGZZ23 dot. What was that? CMX. There we are. Save. Now, go like that. And let's refresh this. Let's go back to home. Give it a spin, like so. And there it is right there. How about that? That's neat. It's up at the top for a change. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. So the daily is breaking down. The weekly is in a buy last week with J4X, it looks like. Let's go put that up on the screen here for J4X too. Right there. And there's copper there. It's still in a weekly sell at the moment. Let's go over, and over here you can see it too. It's in a buy on our old platform, and in our new platform it's in a buy. Come on, mouse, be nice. There it is right there. It's in a buy also last week, and you can see that daily had been running really firm up until today. It's breaking down, and you can see that's making that dip right there. Let's take a look at it on J4X. I'm sure it's joining in with it. Yep, in a sell, and it's trying to tell us it started to move into it yesterday, and the fast was yesterday at 52, let's say 52.4, and the slow was at 63.3. So it was telling us that it went into a sell yesterday. This went into, on J4X, it went into a sell yesterday, and it's staying in there today, and so it's breaking down. And our platform was moving a little slow behind, and that's why we warn you that J4X is usually about 69% accurate, and there's your 68 point something, matching our work. But they get close to each other. It's the best public indicator you're going to find as far as I can tell. But again, if you have a better one, see if you can, we always say we are into algorithm wars. We like to see the best algorithm and see how it plays out. That's why you see different things on our other platform, because when people say, hey, check out this volume thing, or check out this, or look at the parabolic, or look at the MACD, or look at the moving average, or look at the 2 hour, in other words, we challenge it. We put our math to it and see who's more accurate. So far we've been winning, but sooner or later I got to lose sometime when it comes to having a better indicator. Just for the odds, you can't keep on winning for 11 years. Someone's going to come up with something better. So from the copper, we go to our last metal. That last metal is the platinum, and you can see it this morning lifting up again. It's been in a daily buy now for 7 days. 7 days in a buy. Went into the buy weekly last Friday. You see that there. And I don't think we have it on. We don't have it on J4X, but let's see if we have it on our new platform. I'm almost sure I put it in there. There it is right there. And we're looking at the October contract, and there it is. Boy, it's very spotty too. You can see that. And you can see it's in the buy, and the weekly's been in a buy for 2 weeks, so it's matching up pretty well there. So that concludes, unless anybody wants to see something, that concludes our metals look aligned with the South African Rand, which is the #1 brick in the world. So from there, we go over to the energy side of this webinar, and we take a look at the Canadian dollar and see what the Canadian dollar is up to this morning. And that's usually our last currency. But if you or anybody out there would like to see a currency, any currency, just shout it out on the chat line. We'll put it up on the screen. We have no problem with that. Now you can see here this is the daily, and you can see Canadian has been daily sell for a while like that. Let's put it up over here. Where is it at over here? Let's see. We'll find it. CAD right there. There's the CAD. That is having a problem with the read, but you can see the weekly is acting right, and you can see the daily is trying to go into the sell. We don't know if it was in a sell or not on the fast because we're getting a bad feed on this, or not an accurate one yet, just on the weekly. But the daily will be updated soon. We're changing providers for that currency feed. And then let's go over and check it out on the old Chicago Quant platform. Right there. You can see that's been in the daily sell for 2, 4, 6. This is the 7th day. And we're flirting easily with going to close in the weekly sell. And usually when Canadian is going down on this chart, that means it's gaining against the dollar. Okay, so it's gaining against the dollar. So that usually means, we'll put it up on J4X. We're going to put Brent up there. That means the energy complex is gaining. So let's look and see what North Sea oil looks like right there. You can see it's been running like a rocket ship to the moon, heading straight, steady, and strong. And let's put it up over here on, we can even put Brent on our new platform, which is really neat. Let's see. Where is Brent here? We got so many symbols to chase after. It's so cool. And okay, I must have gone by it. Brent could be something like B something or another. There it is. It could be the BZF. Yep, that's the Brent. You can see our daily's been roaring like the way it is on J4X. And we don't have much of a problem with the futures contracts on our platform or stocks. Both of them work really well. And you can see here on our new platform. And you can see the weekly doing the same thing, just a long run on the upside. Let's just put it over here on J4X. Right there. A long weekly. It tried to get into a sell. I'm not sure if it did. We can try to line up the fast and stochastic, but it's doing the same thing. It's making a nice run. It keeps you in the right trend, and that's all you ever can ask for. And that's what we try to do here, is keep you in the right daily and weekly trend. And we do intraday work. We'll show it to you after this. But we try to stay slow and steady with the daily and weekly trends. When they both line up together in the same direction, we say, yeah, that's a safe long. And when they line up on the same direction down, it's usually a safer short. That's what it comes down to when you have the two of them together. And you can see here on the Brent, it's been acting extremely strong. And then over here, we're going to put up crude oil instead, West Texas Intermediate, because we don't get Brent on this particular platform, which is going to be really nice about our new platform. And there's the November contract. You can see it's trading at 92. Let's show it to you right there. It's trading at 92.4 almost, 39, 38, 37, 38, 38, 37, 38, 37. So basically it was almost up there to 40. What's today's high? The high is 43. So you can see it's been in that daily buy like the Brent, just running steadily and consistently. And let's see what we got over here. Let's see what we do here. You can see the weekly did that same little hiccup that it did on J4X right there. And then obviously, which is kind of neat, is our new platform didn't do that little hiccup with the red. It stayed in the buy all the way through to all this. Now let's go see how it's treated itself with there's crude November. That's what we're looking at right there. And you can see same thing, strength galore, day after day after day after day in the buys. Same thing. The weekly did not have that hiccup on this, which is really cool. And like I said, we really are starting to trust the new platform. It's getting better and better and better. And we're adjusting things and making sure that it works because, again, it's a beta. And so you can see here on the crude November here, and you can see the same thing. Come on, Mr. Mouse. The new platform here, doing the same thing. And if anybody wants to be a beta tester for free, they're welcome to. More eyes, the better. More challengers, the better. That's the way we look at everything. Free markets, free people. Now, let's look at the differential between November and January, a couple months difference. So the front months are really being gobbled up. And so we're looking basically at 92.3 with the front month, and the back month of January we're at 89 even, basically 92.3 to 89.12. You're talking $3.2. They are starved for this product. They want this product and they want it now. And they obviously need to take delivery so that they can feed their processing plants to utilize it. All right. And so then from there, excuse me as I took my sip of my tea, and then from there, we go over to the natural gas right there. And there's natural gas. And we'll take a look at, from Brent, we'll also take a look at the West Texas Intermediate real quick. Right there. You can see it's doing that same game. In the 90s, this is probably the October contract, which is interesting. The November contract is even more puffed up, which is fascinating. It's at 92. So, there's a lot of pressure there. They need the material. And you can see here on the daily, all that strength, not letting go. The high today is 92.39, and it's at 91.61. Or no, there. Oh, okay, it is. This is the November contract. It is, because it's at 92.27, just like it is over here. Okay. All right. Now from there, we're going to slide into the natural gas. And there's natural gas right there. In the United States, trading at $2.77, almost 80 cents a cubic foot. And then over here, let's see, NQ is the stock indice, and we want NG. There it is. There's the NG, and there's the NG trading at that 280 there. You can see it's trying to get into a daily buy again after yesterday. It's trying to climb into the weekly buy. Let's take a look at the natural gas over here. The daily, it's trying to get into the daily buy, same way as we are over here. And at the same time, you can see the weekly probably trying to get in there too. Should be green when it pops up. Yep, see? Green. And the fast is trading at 53.8. The slow at 47. It's almost a 20%. It's like a 14% premium on the long side, telling you that it's going up. And let's show it to you over here on the old Chicago Quant platform. Same situation. It's trying to go into the buy. Yesterday it just missed it with that red dot and the missing. The line was underneath the zero line. And the weekly is trying to get going now. It's lagging a little bit there. We'll see how that gets going. What else can we say? Let me just redo this real quick. There we are. There we are. Yeah, see that? Okay, so there you go. It's I just refreshed it, and it's at 0.0016. So it is trying to climb in through the buy there now. So that's cool. All right. So now at this point in time, that's the natural gas. What we do is we go over to Spain, and Spain has an energy company that the European natural gas follows along with price-wise. So we kind of get a flavor of, we understand that per cubic foot in Europe, natural gas is in the 20 some odd dollar area, like $25, $26 area, whereas in the States it's only at under $3. So let's take a look at that. Let's see how the Spanish energy company is doing today. Let's see right there. There it is. It's trading at 27 now, so it's lifting up a little bit. I guess the winter months they're starting to get concerned. You see the weekly's been in a buy now, going on a fourth week. Fast is at 82.6 basically, and the slow is at 65.5. So there's a, what is that, a 38% premium on that thing. Now let's take a look at let's do this. Let's put, you can see the weekly here. What is this? That's the, oh no, okay, we can't get that on the old platform, but we can get it on the new platform, which is really nice. And let's go find that. And it is right there. And you can see here, it's been in a daily buy for a while. It's been in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. Very strong. And when we go and look at it on the daily, right here, there we go. Same situation, days and days and days of buying. And same thing over here, days and days and days of buying. Matter of fact, a lot of days of buying. They had one little hiccup in there right here, but it didn't want to give it up at all. So it went into the buy here, right in that area, and it stayed in a buy, and it went sideways for a little bit, then down a day or two, and jumped right back into the buy again after just one day, and then we made even a higher high. So that's a pretty positive action there. All right, so that finishes our look at energy and the Canadian, and that, anyway, we finished off looking at the metals and the South African rand. So if anybody has a currency they would like to look at, just say it. We'll put it up there. And if not, we'll go over and take a look just at the way the markets are acting today on an intraday basis, just showing you that our math works just as fine on an intraday basis as it does a daily basis. So in other words, when it went into the sell right there, see the math right there, breaking down below the zero line, it stayed in that sell all the way up to this point right there. We had a couple, 3 or 4 bars up, went back into the sell again, and you can see it stayed in that sell all the way to right here. We had a little pop go on with these 2 bars on the upside, and then it broke down again on the sell right there and slid, and then we went back into a buy right here, and you had that nice little pop again, and there's your sell again, and it lasted for just one good bar, and you didn't get into the buy until like here. So about the same price area. It had a little pain though, and then it gave you that ride. That gave you the sell right there. You can see that pressure down, and then we went into the buy right here. Where's it at? Right there, and we made, after 4 bars, we were definitely higher. And now we're doing the opposite on this last bar here, with only 252 ticks, 225 ticks, 219 ticks. This is a 40,046 tick bar chart. We're at 200. We're at 147, 144, 130. We're getting very close. We're going to see the bar change and add 107, 106, 104, 79, 78, 27. There it is. And so we're definitely confirmed into the sell now. And we'll see how this, in other words, this is trying to tell us to sell strength at this point. As it tries to go up, it's telling us to go short strength on an intraday basis. And we have even a shorter one right here. Where is it at? Right there. There's a 2023. 2023 went into the sell right here in the 505 area and has been in a sell all the way to, we're still in the sell. Because that both have to be on the same side. So when you're in a sell here and the blue goes above the zero line but the green does not, it's still in a sell. And that's how that works, just like when it went into here, a buy, and it went up in value. And so, as we say, we're always willing to battle with any other market technician. We do algo wars. Any news writer, market technicians out there, or traders, we will compete with you on any level you would like. So, for all that, it was a nice day today. Thank you. So this is Doc from North America saying everybody have a safe and smart trading day. And tomorrow's Happy to Hump Day already. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Ta-ta for now.